All right, guys, welcome back to another video. So as we know, the FTC's pursuit to try and stop the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition has been just an absolute failure. The arguments that they have been making to try and stop it have been completely obliterated and destroyed by Microsoft and by Xbox in court. They lost. The appeal was thrown out right away. You could tell that there was just no chance that appeal was going to go forward. And now we have here this press release that 22 House Republicans are calling for the FTC to drop their case against Microsoft and the merger and return to common sense antitrust policy. It says today, Congressman Kelly Armstrong led 21 colleagues, including Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan and Oversight and Accountability Committee Chairman James Comer, in a letter to the Federal Trade Commission calling it to drop the illegitimate antitrust case against Microsoft and to return to its long history of sensible, consumer-oriented antitrust enforcement. They have this to say: the FTC should pursue antitrust policy that is pro-consumer and promotes innovation, not weaponize ideological pursuits. And I think overall, from what we have been seeing from the FTC, is that their pursuit to block this deal hasn't been in the name of protection of the consumer. Seemingly, it's been in the name of the protection of Sony and to kind of get that medal, that trophy, if they were able to actually block this deal and say that they were able to stop a merger from a company with $1 trillion plus market cap. That's probably one of the major reasons why Lina Khan has been going so hard on this, and it's just to get that on her resume as something that would be a huge achievement for her and for the FTC. Now, they continue here and say the FTC's recent turn away from longstanding practices risks stifling growth and hurting consumer welfare. Its budget has swelled, and all there is to show is a mounting list of court losses and lots of taxpayer money being burnt. It says the FTC should stop its anti-American policies that jeopardize the health of our economy and threaten to increase costs to consumers. The FTC's case against Microsoft's acquisition of Activision is the latest in a series of actions that are clearly designed to impede legitimate mergers and acquisitions while ignoring decades of settled FTC practices across Republican and Democratic administrations. Instead of protecting competition as Congress intended, the FTC has spent taxpayer resources seeking to block a deal that promises to expand consumer choice and insulate dominant foreign company from the competition. That is one of the main things that has been continuously argued that you can't really push back against. This deal absolutely is going to be increasing access. It's going to be increasing consumer choice. More people are going to be able to play Activision Blizzard games for a cheaper cost, getting into the Xbox ecosystem as well. They're going to have way more choice on where they want to play this, not just through the Xbox ecosystem, but also through the companies that Microsoft has made a deal with companies like Boosteroid and Ubisoft, and the biggest one of all, the Nintendo Switch. Like Call of Duty coming over to the Nintendo Switch is going to be huge for the games and for the console and for gamers on Nintendo that have wanted to play Call of Duty but haven't been able to so far this generation. And finally here it says, it is foundational that federal antitrust laws are intended to protect competition, not competitors, and certainly not dominant foreign competitors. It is therefore unsurprising that the FTC failed to meet an incredibly low threshold to obtain a preliminary injunction based on these facts. The FTC should follow the lead of the many other jurisdictions that have already cleared the merger. So they are calling on the FTC, drop the case, let it go, you've lost, and to move forward and focus on protecting competition, protecting consumers, not protecting a company, and specifically a foreign company, which would be Sony and PlayStation. So we will see if this has any effect on the FTC and what this all means. I mean, at the end of the day, they've already lost. The deal is going to go through. It is going to be passed. It is going to close right now. It's just waiting on another agreement with the CMA, something to push that deal through in the UK so that they don't have to close over the CMA. Now, when it comes to Call of Duty, we talked about this in my video yesterday, and that is the fact that you're able to now play multiple different Call of Duties on the Xbox platform, all of the old ones. And within those old ones, the player base is very high. It's like in the thousands and thousands of people that are playing Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. It's actually very good. If you jump in, you'll get a match right away. And people were wondering, who made this happen? Was it Activision finally putting out that patch and that fix to get these servers running? Or was it Microsoft? And a lot of people were speculating that this was a Microsoft thing because this happened the same day, essentially, that we learned that this deal was going to be approved and that they were going to be able to close. All of a sudden, these games were playable again on the Xbox platform, and the games are on sale. So you could kind of think that maybe Microsoft was putting this out there to test to see how many people actually still want to play these old games before they drop into Game Pass or something along those lines. But we do have this here. We have Tom Warren posting this article talking about the thousands of Call of Duty fans that are playing the classic Xbox 360 titles. And then you have Modern Warzone here on Twitter, who is a big count, 805,000 followers on Twitter, saying, have been told that it was Microsoft who fixed the matchmaking issues, not Activision. And Tom Warren said that he will look around and try to figure out. You also have Charlie Intel weighing in here saying, can also confirm that we were told Microsoft to fix it. So these massive Call of Duty accounts, these massive Call of Duty news accounts are saying here that it was Microsoft at the end of the day that went in and fixed these servers so people could play. And to me, that's a phenomenal thing to see because it's already paying off, this deal, for gamers, at least on the Xbox platform, where these old Call of Duty games that essentially the servers didn't work well, there was a lot of hacking going on, are now being fixed so you could jump in and actually have a fun time playing. I would say the better Call of Duties in this series, even better than the newer ones that have come out. If you haven't checked them out, like I've said previously, go play them. Even the campaigns are fun too. So it's really cool that this is happening, and it looks like it's just a positive thing to look forward to when it comes to Microsoft's handling of Call of Duty. It would be great if they're able to continue to foster the communities in these older games, knowing that they're going to be in Xbox Game Pass and people are going to want to jump into the multiplayer. It makes complete sense to keep these servers up and running and to keep these servers maintained, where you're making sure hackers aren't going in and trying to ruin everything. So that's great that Microsoft was able to do this. Now, when it comes to Call of Duty as well, we have some information here on the tease of the next game. And the next game, as speculated, is most likely going to be Modern Warfare 3. And just continuing on with the series, we've got the remake of Modern Warfare, the remake of Modern Warfare 2, and the next one is going to be Modern Warfare 3. But this was from a Twitter post saying, from the official Call of Duty account, that said the first details about a reveal event will be posted soon. And they say here, look for the first details about the redacted reveal event in the Season 5 announcement, and additional Modern Warfare 2 carry forward details soon. So this is straight from Call of Duty saying that there will be a reveal here for the next Call of Duty very soon, that we're hearing that it is going to be Modern Warfare 3. And what else is interesting about this is that the content that you've unlocked from Modern Warfare 2 will be able to transfer and carry over to Call of Duty 2023. And this again here was confirmed by this Twitter post. And one of the things with this next Call of Duty has been, is this going to be a full release, premium release? Or is it just going to be an addition, smaller expansion to the current Modern Warfare 2? And we know it is going to be a full premium release of, it's going to be a brand new game, but they're kind of mixing in both here, where they're still allowing you to carry over things like your Modern Warfare 2 operators, weapons, and bundles. So that's pretty cool that they are giving that option as well. So excited to see how Modern Warfare 3, if that's what it ends up being when it is announced, looks when they do the reveal. I'm guessing it'll be very similar in look and feel and everything like that. But it's also great to see that you're going to be able to use some of the stuff that you've unlocked in the previous one that you've been playing. All right, next up, let's talk about SEGA and Microsoft potential acquisition. As we know, we learned in the FTC case that Microsoft was looking at acquiring SEGA at some point. And now, obviously, they went ahead and did the Activision Blizzard acquisition. So that is something that will be put on the back burner. But in terms of a relationship, Microsoft and SEGA have a great relationship. And a company to team up with to get a bigger foothold in Japan, to me, SEGA would be a no-brainer if they were open to acquisition. And they were asked this. This is from Bloomberg. This is a video here, and I'll just play it so you guys hear what is said.
We recently learned that Microsoft was considering acquiring SEGA.
Right? It really? Okay. Okay.
When you heard that, what did you think?
Well, we feel honored. I mean, they at least value us a lot. So, we still work closely with Microsoft. They always show, our respect. So we've been, really having a, good relationship with them. and really appreciate that they somehow value us.
Does Sega have any intention to be acquired?
No. No,
Very
now.
simple
No,
answer.
Yeah. No, now.
So there you have it. He talks about the relationship with Microsoft. It's a great relationship, and asks if they want to be acquired. He says no, but he does kind of have a little bit of a backpedal at the very end saying no, not now, as he reiterates at this point they aren't looking to be acquired, but hey, maybe at some time in the future. And this is a company I think a lot of people who are continuously looking at who's Xbox, who's Microsoft going to acquire next. Sega is that one that always pops up for a multitude of reasons, with the whole relationship with from the Dreamcast all the way till now with the original Xbox, all type of stuff, and then all of the games that have been coming into Xbox. The fact that Persona has made its way onto Xbox for the first time really shows how good that relationship is. And they showed off reveals for Persona games at an Xbox showcase, and 2 brand new ones are going to be jumping into Xbox Game Pass day one. Something you would have never thought of previously. Really shows here that the relationship is blossoming. It's getting better. They have a strategic partnership with that they announced, I think it was last year or the year before, for the super game that they are creating. All of that stuff really points to maybe at some point in the future, Sega will be that acquisition that Microsoft really tries to pursue as overall a great publisher. I love Sega games, but also to try to grow more in Japan. But as of right now, I wouldn't be expecting it. Obviously, with the Activision Blizzard acquisition, that still needs to close, and there's going to be a long period between that closing and another acquisition. So we'll see what happens going forward with Sega. And finally, let's end things off here talking about the Xbox Game Pass announcements. We got another announcement here for Game Pass, and these are games we've already heard about coming over to the service pretty much. But there are a couple here that are day one launches into the service. You have Venba here, which is like a cooking style of game, which is a day one release. We have Tectonica here, which looks pretty cool. This is a game preview, but it is also day one. It is like a simulation factory style game where you're going out and collecting resources and using different technologies and stuff to run, I guess, a factory. It says here, gather resources, research new technologies, mold the destructible terrain, establish a base of operations, and uncover long forgotten secrets. So kind of pretty cool, that one, if you're into those styles of games to look out for. I mean, Celeste is coming August 1st, and I would say for me, Celeste is one of my favorite games as a platformer. I love platformer games. If you haven't played Celeste, I highly recommend checking it out. Great gameplay, great music, and a very touching, good story. Something that I would say I haven't seen recently in a platformer that I've enjoyed as much as Celeste. So really, really cool here. If you haven't checked out Celeste, go check that one out. I believe that one is coming out August 1st. So in about 2 weeks from now. And then there's this one here, Figment 2 Creed Valley, which I just looked up. It looks cool. It's a action adventure game with interesting combat and really, really cool graphics, puzzles as well. So this is one you can actually as well play in local co-op. So these are just a couple of the games I want to touch on that I'm actually pretty interested in eventually checking out some point once they do launch on to Xbox Game Pass. But again, this isn't a very big announcement for Game Pass. The last couple of announcements have, I would say, been less exciting than what we usually expect from Game Pass. Who knows why? I'm assuming here is because we're getting into the hitters coming out here for Game Pass and for Xbox, which is going to be September and October with Starfield and with Forza Motorsport. And I mean, other stuff that could be coming down the line that we don't know about. But as of right now, still tons of stuff to play. I mean, Extra Prime also just dropped onto Game Pass. So this is the most recent announcement for the service. But I will end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.